What we have here is a failure to communicate. Ha. Alright, what did I do? What the heck did I do this time? Oh yeah. So, it was a lot easier working on this case without a flashlight and a camera in my hand. But that's what we did to the breather gear. So, whoop, whoop, there we go. A bit different. So, I just cleaned it up. I made sure it was 75-degree closing, cleaned up the opening, and cleaned up the end right there. So, you know, it'll breathe better. But I was slapping the jugs. Not slapping the jugs, not spanking the jugs, slapping the jugs. Okay. I'm going to put my life into my own hands here and pull this camera off. The battery lasts like 2 minutes, but whatever. So what I want to show you guys, if we can see in this wonderful lighting here. Okay, so this is the silicon. These are the silicon, the black ones, silicon engine. Now if you look here, you see those light spots? Okay, those are high spots. So this one I'm not finished yet. And this is what happens with these things. And likes to happen by an oil port. See right there? Okay. So this one here, this one's finished. That there is just ignore that. It's a freckle. It's a freckle. That's a bump. That's me hitting it with a screwdriver. Now here's Tommy's. That's me hitting it with the screwdriver. But if you look at Tommy's, you'll see that we have no high points. Just maybe a little bit right there. Maybe I'll give this one just a hair more. And this one is pretty much perfecto mundo. Because these, you know, depending on your rear and your front. So this is an oil port, this is an oil port, but only one's used per front and back, and the cylinders are reversible. But a lot of times it happens in this thin area right near the oil port, and that's where she comes puking up. But in Tommy's case, these were actually in really nice shape as far as the base goes. So now that I'm just gotta, when I was working on these, what one was it? I have a front and a rear here. And like I was saying before, it's the fronts that take the most damage because that's your number one cylinder. But this one, hey, I have one of these with a bunch of paint on it still. Oh, I'm just looking in the wrong direction. Right there, I missed a spot when I was beading them. So what I did was I got my rough hone, still a crosshatch, but it's a rough hone, and then I just did that so that I didn't want my finish hone when I'm grinding and bead blasting, so I'm going to quickly bead blast the rest of this ugly barbecue paint off. Right there, yeah, that was just too much to leave. If it was a couple of specks, it wouldn't bother me. You know, if it was dribbles like that, I wouldn't care. So we got that. This is a Troc mandrel. So it does, it's a Troc. So it does big bore and it does stock bore, and I just used a 120 on it. I don't like finishing them too smooth because they hang on to the gasket better that way. I got Tommy's. I gotta go pick up Tommy's bearings here, but I got bearings, but I got some, because all these bearings, they come in 1/10 of a thou oversize, and I got some 2 thou over, and I'm not going to grind out his case. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to line bore this pinion bushing, which I'll show you guys. I'm going to line bore that, and when I line bore it, it's also going to fit the new pinion bearings that I'm putting on there. This is silicone bottom end, and this is where I blueprinted. Let me see this blueprint. Can you see that? But anyways, what I did was I drilled a 3/32 hole in the wrist pins on each side, and then I chamfered them just a touch, right? And that way you get some better oiling going on. I didn't do the sides of the rods, but if I do Tommy's here, I'll do the sides. And actually, I just line bored this set of rods. It's a used set I had, Evolution. What is the casting on this one? 82A. Anyways, I just line bored these to this crank pin, which is also a multi-hole crank pin, and standard bearings and standard rod races. That's actually the new set. I was going to hit Tommy up and see if he wanted them if I did this. But you know, going this far, I just hate truing flywheels. It sucks. Doing this is such a boring, sucky job, and doing it with doing it with used flywheels can be even suckier. I don't know, but you know, it's just part of the gig, I guess. So yeah, so I'm just truing these ones up, and I'm just going to be, won't be tomorrow, but it'll be the next day or two. I'm going to get those cases line board and fitted. What else? New manifold. Oh yeah, I'm going to clean these up, and then I'm going to compare them. It's just some other used ones I have. See who's the best. I'm going to go through all my used lifters and see who's the best. And then we're going to put new cam followers on those lifters. Where'd those cam followers go? Ah, here they are. Right here. So, wish me luck. And what else? Oh, we will be rebuilding these rockers. These rocker shafts are fucking ugly. I got used shafts way nicer than these gross looking things. They're just old and worn. I don't know. Tommy was trying to tell me he has 10 miles on the bike or something. Changes the oil every year, blah, blah, blah. But, you know, take everything with a grain of salt. So that's what's going on there so far to date. Come on, you can do it. There we go. Yeah, so that's what's going on so far to date, Tom. And this is a cam cover I had. It's got a little bit of chrome rubber, but nothing like what you had on there. That was gross. And because it's chrome, I can't like sand it and polish it out. So, and I can tell that I did the bushing in this one not too long ago. So I don't even have to touch it. Just put a new seal. Put a new seal in it. You're good there. Then we got to get to the transmission. Get that main drive seal going. Now my tranny gasket's over here. I don't know if you can see it over here. Yep. And also my engine gasket kit there. Updating that manifold from those rubber grommets from the early years. I got some new manifold units. Oh, Tommy, I kept forgetting to mention this. Okay, because you got the pre. Okay, you got the pre 82 buttons on your bike. They're not stuck for your bike. They're just old buttons. They stopped doing those in 81. I got me a farmer switch I'd been saving. Because those switches always fall apart, right? So what we'll do, this is actually a transmission oil or a battery box mount. So we'll get this in and I'll wire this up, and then you won't have to worry about your button falling apart. Because honestly, brother, in good conscience, I don't want to put that artifact belt drive on your bike. You know what, man? If I didn't know you and I didn't have a conscience, I'd say, sure, give me your old primary and we'll take it off the bill, right? But honestly, Tom, your primary is probably the nicest part of this bike. I'm serious, man. It's in really, really nice shape. Look, it's kicking electric. So we'll put the farmer switch on. I'll clean up that wiring and keep your primary. And you know what? Flog that 3-inch belt to somebody. I don't think it works for Earls, but it's a nice, like in 1982, it was a great one. It was a great Primo Rivera, nice clutch, everything. I mean, good stuff. But it is also well used. And why are you getting rid of your electric start? You're fat, you're old, and you're going to be crippled one day. So just like the rest of us. So in good conscience, I really want to put on your electric start, your complete primary system. You got a great clutch, you got a great primary. Everything in there is really nice. Like I say, nicest part of the bike so far. That's my only update right now. I gotta go do some wiring on Tony's bike tomorrow morning, so I'm gonna run up there, do that quickly. It's just a couple of wires I gotta fix, and then I'm gonna go pick up your parts, bring them down here, and I'm gonna line bore these cases to fit a new set of pinion bearings in there. And if I ever get, I don't know, I'm allergic to phones. I don't do phones well. And I don't actually mind, because there's all kinds of stupid shit going on those things. But, and I apologize. Please forgive me. But I do got to phone you, because when I get down to it, we may just want to put, I mean, we've done all this work, so we may just want to put this, it's a used rod set. I mean, it's a used rod set, but I put in new bushings already. I was going to put this in the silicone glide, right, and you know, blueprinted the tops. I didn't blueprint bottoms on these either. What I did was I got excited and I started line boring these things out, and I went and finished them and I went, ooh, I forgot to do my crosshatch on the sides of my rods. And the thing with that is I'm not doing it now, because then I have to run my mandrel through here and then take off more meat to clean up the grind or the scar or whatever. So either way, I can also, don't want these, I can also rebuild those. Whatever you wish. Anyways, that's what's going on this side of the family, this family side of the mountains. Hope everything's good. But yeah, definitely doing those rockers and rocker bushings. Absolutely. So I'll film that too. And they get line board as well. There's a sequence. It's kind of like a little religious event. And tomorrow afternoon I'll probably finish, I want to finish lapping. Oh shit, forgot again. See, I keep forgetting. See what happens in old age, Tom? So tomorrow morning I will finish lapping that silicone glide jug. That's not quite finished yet. And then I got to get you your finishing honing done on that. And if your crank does come apart, I will be balancing it. I'll film it intermittently. Balancing is such a long, boring process. Like I just balanced silicone glide. But it was just long and boring. But I should be showing, because you know the younger guys want to know their shit, right? And honestly, I'm not a kinetic balance kind of guy, man. If you're doing 100 miles an hour every day, all day, fine. Works good. But static balancing to me is the smoothest, best all-around way to go. I mean, that was S&S's gig in the 50s, the 60s, the 70s, the 80s. And when did they start doing the high-speed balancing? I don't know, sometime in the 90s. And it was funny, because I think I did say this before, maybe I didn't. You know, back in the day, I get, like when I did Earl's engine originally, back in the early 90s, you know, I'd always get my kits, but I would get my kits not done, you know, all in pieces. And then that way I could balance my own engine and stuff the way I like it. And it was $150 cheaper than if you got an assembled unit. But then you got to trust factory assembly. Yay! You know, we know how that works, Wednesdays and Fridays. So actually, when I redid Earl's bottom end, I think I had to rebalance it. But he didn't like what S&S did to the pistons. He had less compression. It pissed him off. And then, well, you remember what he went through with all the different pistons and all the stupid shit he was doing? Yeah, me too. Yeah. So, yeah, I'll probably show, just so any young guys, up-and-comers want to see how basic balancing is done, static balancing is done, is fine. I'll do something. I'll figure something out. If I knew how to edit, I could do a lot better on this shit. But I'm really not, I don't have the time to learn how to edit and all that stuff. Man, it's amazing that I could even get that from this old camera onto my computer up into the World Wide Web. Hope Carney doesn't send his Gestapo after me because I said something wrong. Hope I didn't offend any Jap writers because, hurt their feelings. Take me to human rights court. I don't know. Okay, I'm going off again. Anyways, peace out.